Hey friend, in this tutorial, I am going to be breaking down my process for painting figures in a landscape, and we're going to be spreading that out over the next few weeks with our monthly focus for the month of May being figures in landscapes. So first things first, I always like to break down everything that I paint, whether it's a portrait, a figure, an animal, a flower, into its basic shapes first. And the best way to do that is by using a pencil. And so in this specific tutorial, I'm going to be breaking down the shapes of figures and how to sketch and get that quick and loose and fun, whimsical look out of your figures with a pencil. So to get started, I'm using an HB pencil. This is just from the Staedtler Mars Lumograph series. I have a whole pack, comes in this whole pack of different leads and things. And so I'm using an HB pencil. This is just a journal that I have that I'm going to show you guys how we start with figure painting. I always like to break things down first by sketching, and I have a lined notebook so that I can have even spacing between my sections. And I'm just basically sketching a rectangle. We need one more line. So we've got 4 horizontal lines going down, and then we're creating our rectangle. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is just to break down the simple shape of painting and also sketching painterly figures. So we're basically just breaking down the process of painting and sketching figures. And so I'm just going to place a little oval guy up here towards the middle, and having a middle vertical line is helpful too. Not necessary, but helpful. And keep all of your shapes really loose, but the overall shape of a figure when we're painting it in a landscape is this carrot shape. So we've got the point. If someone's just kind of walking straight up, no leaning pose or anything like that, we've got this overall shape for our painterly landscape. So when I then break it down and paint it, I can add in little blocks for my shirt, maybe an arm over here, an arm over there, and pants. Maybe he's walking and we have 2 legs, shadow, like so. So these are really simple, just shapes. So you can manipulate this top torso shape to be a rectangle, and maybe the person is leaning like this. You can make it a little bit more stout, and maybe the person is a bigger person. And we have our little pants. Maybe he's got a really puffy jacket on, and there's some arms going in these pockets over here on the side, like so. There's his jacket and some shadow. So we're taking this shape, this carrot shape, starting with our head. We'll just kind of paint that head in and manipulating it into this overall shape of a carrot. So we can literally have it just be this shape of a carrot, and then maybe we have a shadow going this way for this guy. Maybe we have a smaller person over here, this child next to an adult. And you can start to manipulate those shapes and those carrots to create pants or outlines of someone's jacket, and creating more of a story with these shapes. Maybe adding a hat to these guys. You can add your patterns. But as you can see, the overall shape of both of these figures is that carrot shape. One being taller than the other, obviously, and then we would have the shadow would be cast in a parallel line with all of your figures. So you want to make sure that these are as best as you can when you're doing this kind of quickly and not overthinking it. You want it to be parallel since they're next to each other in this scene. And so as we add in really fun colors and start to break apart our shapes a little bit more, so we can, instead of starting with our carrot guide, we can start with our more torso shapes. So maybe this person has an elbow sticking out and their arm is in a pocket over here. So I'm creating the torso shape. I usually go for some sort of rectangle or whatever this is, pentagon, misshapen, trapezoid. And that's gonna be the length of your first two sections, or about there. And then everything else is going to be what you do for the legs. So maybe we do a skirt for this one. And here's an arm. And this person's head is a little taller. And then we complete the shape with that point for our legs. Like so. So to practice this, I like to use a ruled or a lined notebook, and I'm just gonna go across in these rows and create and manipulate these shapes as much as I possibly can, doing it really small because then you're gonna have a little bit more steadiness with your shapes and maybe feel less intimidated. But I am just going down about 2 or 3 lines. So just continue to create shapes and see if I do this same exact pose but reflect it and go the opposite way, how does that feel? And practice that muscle memory. And maybe this one is holding a child's hand, so we have another little, and for kids I like to do this kind of like hooray shape. And just kind of creating a fun piece of all these different characters. Maybe you can draw in a little bag for one of these. For legs that are walking, showing legs that are walking, you want to make sure that one leg is longer than the other, obviously. And maybe we have a little cap. Let's do a dress. So I'll come down a little bit lower than the neck. And maybe it's a little flowing dress. For the arms, I'm just doing this C curve to another C curve. So keep your strokes really, really simple. Same thing with your legs. Maybe she's got her legs crossed and walking somehow. Don't know how that's possible. Maybe she's standing. And we've got some more kids down in here. And then you can just continue those sketches and creating a little scene. Maybe we have this tree over here. Using the side of my pencil as a fun, quick and easy, fluffy texture. And then I go in with the point of my pencil and make things more refined and darkened. So we've got a little tree Maybe this guy's off in the distance, and so we just really see some super abstract, wobbly shapes. You can be even more abstract with your shapes and just practice. So we start with the oval for the head, and then maybe let's do a cluster of friends or a family. We literally just have these wobbly ovals that taper down at the bottom to create that more teardrop or carrot shape, and then maybe some kids. So super easy, super simple way to just create little characters in your scene that make it feel whimsical and playful and fun. And that's literally the shape that you would paint with a paintbrush, or up here if you were doing more concrete but still loose shapes. So you would, I usually like to start with the head, and this is going to be in the next lesson. And then I'll just slap on whatever shape. And that looks like kind of like a guy wearing like a long trench coat or something like that. Maybe here's his hand. He could be walking a little dog. Like this. Just keep all of your shapes really basic. C curves for the most part. Like that. So then you can just make a scene, a landscape come alive when you start to block in these shapes, especially obviously with color. When we add our colors, it's fun to get really creative with our color palettes and how we're bringing these shapes to life and telling a fun, creative story with these shapes. And then obviously deciding where your shadow goes and keeping it consistent throughout your entire sketch or your entire scene. So practice. I don't know how many pages I've filled up in my lifetime of just these wobbly shapes and figures like this. And it's so helpful for refining your muscle memory, and then also for when you go to paint, you can confidently make your strokes and create these shapes with a paintbrush. Top hat guy. So practice it, do it really quickly, because that's how you're going to get out of your head and just get marks on paper. And you're really just starting with really simple shapes. If you need to go back to how it's structured, you can break it up into 3/3 to keep your, sections, your torso, and where your pants are a little bit more on the precise side. But I personally really like to see when characters or figures in landscapes are more on the whimsical and just like loose side. So play with it, have fun, and don't overthink it. Keep your shapes really loose and simple. You can start with the wobble oval shape and just kind of do blobs of things together, walking together. And in future lessons this month, we're going to be painting these figures and how I incorporate them into scenes and landscapes. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned for those. There you have it. I hope that was fun for you. I love painting and sketching and illustrating figures. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially just doodling out in nature or on my art retreats that I do abroad. I love to bring a sketchbook along and just sit at a bench at a park and sketch or paint these little vignettes and little scenes. They're so much fun. If you fill up an entire sketchbook with these scenes, it can be really fascinating to look back on. And if you want more in-depth lessons on perspective and vantage points and how to design a scene and all of that, composition, color theory, etc., make sure you check out my online course, The Art Within. It's really in-depth and very thorough and will basically have you feeling like you just completed art school. So if you want to check it out, it's jennarainey.com/the-art-within. We'll link to it below, and I will see you in the next video.